heard that it's better to give than to receive? I sure have. And it's reported to be from the Bible. And we've all really been raised on that, either a belief, a truth, a myth, or a mistake. So let's explore that if you're willing today. So here's the thing that made me first really question this. So Melody Ann Layer is somebody I've recently been listening to, and she's very provocative and speaks a kind of truth that makes sense. It's not pedantic. I don't know if that's the right use of the word, but it's not teachy and conceptual. And so I want to share it with you because it's been a big deal for me. So, okay, it's said that the Bible says it's better to give than to receive. Well, that sounds good with our sense, our code of ethics. But here's what a biblical scholar said. And remember that the Bible gets translated by human beings like you and I that have our craziness, our restrictions, our defenses. If it was the word of God or the word of truth, it's been updated, edited, translated. So we don't actually know for sure what was originally spoken. And the same for A Course in Miracles. It may have been channeled brilliant truth, but it's been edited by people just like you and me. So here's what got my attention. What the Bible meant was that it's better to be abundant than withholding. Now, when you're abundant, you give. They're not those, you can't get near me because you're not good enough, or I'm scared of you, or I have to protect myself because people aren't safe, or people are scary, or bad things are going to happen. How abundant am I when I'm like that? I'm actually coming from lack and scarcity. But if I am feeling abundant, I'm open. And so I've got lots to give. So apparently, what was meant in the Bible as beware of lack. And when you're in lack, when I'm in lack, we're not good receivers. We're like this, we're careful, we're frightened. So let's get it down to everyday stuff. Most of us know we're not the best at receiving. I know I have trouble asking for help. Uh, there's a part of me that questions people's motives almost naturally. If I get a compliment, if I'm given a gift, is it a trade? Somebody's coming to dinner, somebody's staying at my house, so they bring something, and it's pro forma, meaning they were told, they were raised, you don't go anywhere without a gift. So we kind of know we're not the best at receiving, and it's easier to give a gift. But for a moment, would you join me in considering, excuse me, what would you like best? when you give a gift, do you wish somebody would be over the moon in excitement? Do you wish you knew it was just the perfect gift? How often do you give anonymously? I can say I was not raised to give anonymously. I was raised really to give and have people appreciate it. Even when we had outgrown clothes, we tried to give it to someone that we knew would appreciate it and would thank us. It was never said, but it was implied. Yes, lots of us give stuff to the Goodwill or someplace, but if someone needs help, how often have we given anonymously, like sent money, sent the gift? So, but going back to what we would like when someone receives from us and we're the giver, it's a good clue. So let's say we would love people to be so excited. Yay, thank you. I've always wanted that. Or thank you for helping me get my degree or whatever. Maybe you would like them to show their appreciation in a more subtle way by checking in with you more. Or you might think you want nothing. You might. Let me take another angle on this because I'm going to go a lot of different ways because I'm hoping to open up the subject rather than give you answers. So probably you're not as enthusiastic, even if you would like others to be enthusiastic. But let's look at the training that we all had. What was that training? Say thank you, be excited, smile, pretend, even if you don't like it, that you love that gift. Now, Melanie does a whole lot, and it's important that she does a lot in the sense that it doesn't get in with just one sentence. And I'm not going to harp on it. But here's the thing. Let me think about how to say this. There are two ways to get gifts that you really love. One way is to give yourself what you love, and then people see what that is. So if you love designer things and you give yourself that, people see, oh, she likes designer clothes. If I don't want to give her or can't afford to give her that brand, then maybe I should stay away from that and not try to give her clothes or him. But some of us don't ever give ourselves the thing that we wish we would receive from someone else. Some of us have guilt and shame about things in the world. But you know what? This actually applies to anything we want more of. More peace, more friendships, more honesty, more boldness. Where are we on that dimension? How do we do it? If we want more, we need to be able to receive more. And there's something missing in our training about honesty. So for me, adding on to what Melanie does, I think we need to get really enthusiastic toward the person who wished to please us, to give us a gift. So we're never saying no to the gift. Bear with me a minute. I know this is a tough territory. We're never saying no to the gift. We're going to say something like, "Oh my God, you took the time to think of something really special for me. And, you know, I really, really appreciate your love that went into this. And I'm not really sure I would wear this or use this. What would you like me to do with it?" That's one way you could change your words. Most of us cringe. I cringed. I pretend. I mean, I never say no, thank you. That's not the thing. We're not saying no, thank you. But here's a point. Do you want people to pretend with you and say, "Oh, I love this, love, love, love this. Thank you. It's a great color and I'm going to enjoy wearing this," whatever mumbo jumbo they could come up with if they didn't mean it? Would you rather they either go with me to the store and find something else or return it? "Here's the receipt. Get what you want. I really want you to have an enjoyable birthday," or "Congratulations on your new job," or whatever it is you're giving the gift for. Don't you want the person to really get what's aligned? Or do you want them to pretend so you're off the hook and done? So if we don't want people to have to pretend with us, somewhere we're going to have to be courageous. What it does, it's not really so much about this person, but if you do it with that person, you're going to do it everywhere. This business of pretending is killing us. We feel inauthentic. We don't trust other people because they're being inauthentic. And do you want to be a leader in the truth? Do you want to be a better receiver so you can feel abundant and be a better giver? A lot of people in this community are Course in Miracles followers, and there's a lot around helping. But if the help is not what the person wants, you really need an honest exchange. I know someone who was suggesting that when there's a death, you go in and clean the house, you go in and wash the sheets. Well, actually, I didn't want anybody to come in and clean my house. I didn't want to see them. I definitely didn't want my sheets changed. That was, excuse me, a form of help and love that person wanted. So I believe that what A Course in Miracles had in mind is look at your withholding. When you hear and feel and see and know a need, check the withholding. No, 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 no. You're not safe. I don't trust you. I'm not going to give to you. It doesn't mean compulsively give. It just means you're not in abundance. Don't give from that place. And when you're helping, let's, if you're curious, look for ways to help anonymously. And then you're really clear that you're not looking for any kudos or congrats. It's not that that's bad. If someone loves your gift and you feel so good, enjoy it. But you got to be careful. I've got to be careful of my motivation in giving, helping, that just asking myself, what might I want back? It's a very, I'm trying to think of what the word is. Maybe you can think of what it is. It's a lifestyle we have of trading and rules. And every time we can be a little more and both enthusiastic, but we can't be enthusiastic if it's not honest. So this is just a video on being real, getting more authentic, and becoming better receivers, which means taking down the walls. Now, for most of us, the walls are about defenses and protection. But do they really help us? Do you need them when something is really scary that happens? Are you not in present time? Or do you need to protect ahead of time? When we were children, yes, we needed these plans to predict what might happen so we could be ready. Maybe it helped as a kid, but right now, when we're predicting all the places we're not safe, we're just closing ourselves off from receiving. We're remembering the scary stuff about people, places, and things, and we're impinging on our ability to receive. The giving is actually very easy, and helping comes wholeheartedly when we're in abundance. So that means openness. What can we do to be more open? For me, it always comes back to honesty. Can't do a thing if I have a story that I'm telling about the other person, about myself. If I'm in past memory of all the gifts I got that I didn't want and pretended I did, God. And it is disappointing to say, oh, I thank you for the book. It's so thoughtful. I can see why you would have thought that I would like that book. But actually, I don't read books about the Nazis. It's too much in my psychology. I can see why you'd think I'd like a book like that. Um, what would you like me to do? I could return it and you could pick up something that you might like to read next, or I could suggest a book that I would really enjoy on my list. It is a bumpy moment, but how's that moment pretending you were me and you got a book about the Nazis and you're never going to read it? And then are you going to put it out when the person visits as though you've been reading it? Or are you going to say, if when they check with you, did you read the book? It goes on and on, this pretending. Let's stop being pretenders and get a little closer to more authentic connection, which is what research shows we all desire. That's it for today. Bye for now.